My mind will always be running with thoughts. The water will capture your negative thoughts or feelings. I used to have a hard time falling asleep. Hey family, if you are returning, welcome back. I'm happy to see you again. If this is your first time here, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I am Jasmine. I am a registered nurse of 11 years and I'm also an entrepreneur, so I like to call myself a nursepreneur. Today I am going to be sharing with you guys my meditation practices. I've asked you guys for topics to make YouTubes about, and my spiritual life and my meditation is always brought up. So here it is. I was a little hesitant about how to lay this out and how to introduce it to people because I know there's been a lot of controversy lately as it goes spirituality versus Christianity. There's a lot of conflicting ideas and thoughts and feelings about it, and I can totally relate. I grew up very Christian, very religious. Meditation in this way wasn't really something I knew, growing up. It's something I kind of got into maybe the last 5 years of my life, and it's evolved into so much more. Meditation was my introduction into the spiritual world, and I have been a night nurse, let's say on and off, for 8-9 years. So I used to have a hard time falling asleep. My mind will always be running with thoughts. Don't forget this. Did you do this tomorrow? Don't forget you gotta do that. Oh, and it would never shut off. So that is why I first sought out meditation, so I could fall asleep. I didn't want to have to drink some wine. I didn't want to have to take melatonin. I didn't want to have to do all these things. I just wanted to be able to naturally fall asleep and slow my mind down. And it has helped me in so many ways. It's helped me with my anxiety when I'm feeling overwhelmed. It helps me be positive and set a good mindset and set my intentions for the day. I like to do it before the sun rises, like now. So it's purposely dark and dim in here. Around maybe 5-6 o'clock in the morning is the perfect time to do it. It feels really witchy too, by the way. But if you get up and the sun is already up, close your shades, close your curtains. I think that's really nice. But it's really no wrong way to meditate. I'm just telling you what I do. I definitely like to do it first thing in the morning, start my day with prayer and meditation. And like I said, it just lays the framework, the intention for the day. I start with a very pleasant mood. I want to first introduce you guys to some of my spiritual tools, okay, to set the mood. It's all about the energy and the vibration. So I am sitting on my beanbag chair. I keep it pushed underneath this. This is like my meditation station, or some people may call it an altar. And I have a blanket because sometimes I get cool. I usually have on like a house dress, something flowy like this. You can wear your yoga pants if that's what's comfortable, but I like to wear a nice flowy house dress. I do it in front of this window. It's a really big high window. I don't know, I just like this area in my home, so that's where it is. I have some plants up here. I have a feather. The feather represents balance, and I need balance. I have an ankh up here. It represents unity. I start my meditation with a singing bowl. The sound waves change the energy in the room too. So it just change the frequency, get the energy right, get your mind right, get your vibrations. So before I even start prayer or start meditating, I make some waves. That takes some practice. So if you can't do it right away, don't feel bad. You could just ding it. And then sometimes dinging it and then keeping the sound going is easier. Definitely gotta light a candle. I'm running out my candle. You can use candles for the aromatherapy. You could use different colors of candles that represent certain things for you. I always light at least one candle. This is just a glass of water. So what I learned in my spiritual practices, and I like this idea, so I keep it. The idea of this glass of water is while you pray, you meditate, and I also journal, the water will capture your negative thoughts or feelings or energy. So after you're done meditating and everything, you get up and you pour this water out. So I go outside or pour it out the window. It captures your negative energy and thoughts and stuff like that that comes up, and you just pour it out. And I like that idea, so I just keep doing it. I have my crystals here on my windowsill. As you see, I like crystals. They have different representation and different meaning. When I first got into it, I just got them because of the color, and I didn't even think, and I didn't even realize what they meant. I keep them here so that they could charge by the moon. When it's a full moon, I don't have to keep track of when it is, and they'll just get the charge, or the new moon or whatever. Based on what I'm feeling or what I'm going through, I will pick a crystal for that. Let's say I'm having a lot of anxiety or I'm feeling overwhelmed. I will use my amethyst crystal for that one. I have more than one up here. I will use my amethyst crystal while I meditate. I would just hold it into my left hand while I do that, or maybe on my lap, or put it up front and center. Under here I have essential oils. I have a lot of them. Again, it's just like aromatherapy. I would either sprinkle a few drops in my water so I can smell it, or I use my spa mist. I love this thing. I put my water, my spa mist in here. That way while I meditate, I can, get some of the fragrance and stuff like that, and just set the mood. Lights out, it's dark, the candle, I got some scents going. I'm just here quiet alone with my thoughts, right? Eucalyptus, this is like if I really want to be like motivated or productive, or I got a busy day and I'm trying to like hype myself up a little bit, I would use eucalyptus. Frankincense I use more so when I am dealing with things that are associated with my womanhood or femininity. Let's see, like lavender is popular. You guys know lavender. Help you relax, calm down, get some sleep. Ylang ylang, that's like my favorite scent. I love this one. Ylang ylang, this one. And rose, these two are believed to be helpful with romance and love and that type of stuff. But I love the way ylang ylang smell. But there's tons of them. So I would pick a fragrance based on how I feel and pour some in the water, maybe dab some on me. You can also use your bundle of sage if you're into sage, and Plano Sano chips. I would do these before I started my prayer and meditation. All right, so let's get to it so I can show you what it looks like. Here, and like I said, sometimes I put a blanket over myself if I feel like I might get cool. That way I don't get distracted in my mind. I'm like, oh my God, I'm cold or something, or whatever is going on in my head. Once I sit down, the first thing I do is use my singing bowl to change the vibration in the room. And then I pray about, whatever's on my mind, give thanks, gratitude, pray, talk to God. And then I go into meditation. By now, I have already softened my heart. My mind has softened up. I can smell the candle, the aromatherapy going. I am centered and I can calm my mind down. Some people like to sit in silence and meditate. I don't. I use an app called Insight Timer. I'll use Insight Timer for guided meditation. I'll pick a topic that I'm thinking about. Let's say it could be relieving that anxiety or the stress, or maybe it's forgiving someone, letting go of a grudge, relaxation, manifesting a powerful day, a new beginning, just a lot of things. I always look for the Black people on this app, as you see, just because, For obvious reasons. And peace, calm anxiety, calming your mind, finding what feels good, manifesting your desires, deep sleep, connection and intuition, healing darkness for sleep, manifesting your soulmate, releasing anger, focus music, forgive and let go of pain, affirmations for relationships. So it's so many topics to choose from. You could just search something that's on your mind, stress with your children, healing your inner child. So I'll just pick one based on whatever I feel like I'm going through, and I'll let it play. So like one I've been listening to a lot that I really enjoy is I Deserve Happiness. It feels really good to me. That one is very important to me. And Affirming Your Queendom. Yes, I love this one too. She has some really powerful affirmations that just gets you very grounded. Like, you know what? I am that queen.
Accept it. Believe it. I deserve all of this and more.
So that's the idea of like one of the meditations that I might listen to depending on how I feel. So after I meditate, and then they'll let you know how long these meditations are. So sometimes that's a factor. I'm always running late. So I usually stick to meditations that are 10 minutes or less in the morning. At nighttime, I can do a longer meditation to help me relax. And in my day, especially if I had like a kind of a stressful day, it's very restorative for me to just come here, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and just let it all down and let it all out and just reset the tone of my inner vibration. Family, I realized I forgot to mention some things that are very important. While meditating, always start your meditation with deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. I know it sounds very cliche, but I promise you it works. Try taking 10 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth with your eyes closed, and tell me you don't feel a bit lighter. It works. Next, for those times where you can't use guided meditation, or maybe you don't like using guided meditation, maybe you want to meditate to music, instrumentals, maybe you're in traffic, maybe you are, I don't want to say traffic, but maybe you're at work or you're out and you just need to tap in really quick. One of the things I try to do when I need to quiet my mind and get grounded and center myself is to do a body scan. And what that looks like is I will close my eyes and I start at the top of my head and really tap in and go all the way down to my toes, thinking about how does each body part element feel. I will close my eyes and say my head, my eyebrows, my nose, my lips, my neck. Not say it, but just feel my presence moving through my body. My shoulders, my breasts, my back, my stomach, my hips, my abs, my wombs, my thighs, my calves, my ankles, my feet, my toes, and then go all the way back up. And my toes, my ankles, my feet, my shins, my knees, my thighs, my hips, my butt, my womb, my stomach, my chest, my breast, my shoulders, my neck, my mouth, lips, nose, all the way up to the top of my head, and do that back and forth and just really tap in like, how is this feeling? Does that hurt? Are you stressed there? Is that tension there? And that helps calm your brain. For meditation, you can ideally, you're supposed to think of nothing at all. And that is very hard, to think of nothing at all. And it takes time. And people who have been doing meditation for years still have their mind wander while they are meditating. So you may sit here and be like, oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta make sure I pack my bag. I gotta call somebody. I gotta mop the floor today. Oh, tomorrow, don't forget. And your mind will start moving, and that's okay. Just notice it and let it go. Whenever you notice that your mind is wandering, just stop and be like, okay, don't get flustered. Give yourself grace and just like, oh yeah, I'm not worried about that. Let me go back to body scanning. Let me go back to focusing on my breathing. You can focus on your breath as well and just be like, bigger the breath, inhale, exhale, focus on your breathing, focus on the rise and fall of your chest and your belly, your shoulders, and just focus on that. Give everything else that's going on in your life, in the world, in the room, in the house, and wherever you are, let it go. It doesn't matter. You're present in this moment. Focus on you. Back in. So as soon as I'm done with my meditation, the next thing I do is journal. Immediately after. So it's just like that. It's prayer, meditation, then journaling. Every morning we start. As you see, I am very faithful to it. If you journal immediately after meditation, I feel like you're more vulnerable you're more open. What's really boiling inside of you, what's really on the forefront of your mind comes out easier. You're more able to speak the truth of like what is really your thoughts on this, what is really your hopes, your expectations, what's bothering you, how do you really feel about this situation. I feel like it comes out much more clear at the end of all of these practices. And sometimes it's not a lot though, but I try to make sure I say at least 3 sentences. And it could be like, okay, I'm hoping to get to work on time. It could be anything. I wrote this in January. I said, I did a nice yoga stretch. My weight is down. Seems I'm on track to making a lot of money at work, and my YouTube channel, and I talked about YouTube, seems as though I will be in alignment to make a lot of money at work, go on my trip and pop off on YouTube. I'm going for a run now. I move so slow getting ready. I miss the sun, and meeting with my VA actually let me prepare first. It's just whatever was on my mind at the moment. Doesn't make any sense to me right now. Sometimes it's more in depth. Sometimes I'm talking about how I feel about a situation I'm in, a conflict I may be having, and I feel like my heart is just more open and honest at this time. So after I do all this, I say another prayer like thank you God, and blow out my candle, pour out my water, and we start my day. I do like to do this the very first thing in the morning, except if I'm gonna work out. I feel like meditating after exercise is better. I don't know why. It could be your endorphins being released and all of that stuff, but I feel like I hone in and I'm able to tap in a lot better if I meditate after I work out. I have the Sacred Woman book here at my meditation station. This book has been very transformative for me and my spiritual journey. I started a group with other women and we read this book together, my sacred sisters. I feel like Queen Afua, she deserves a Nobel Peace Prize for this book. If you are someone who is interested in the spiritual world and you have a lot of questions, you don't know where to begin, where to start, get this book and get at least one other woman. You guys go through this together. Find the Facebook groups for it, the Instagram groups, and this will transform you. Like if you complete it, you will not be the same woman. And it's not against God, and it's not anti-Christ, and it's not against religion, but it clarifies a lot of things. I had so many questions when I started, and this definitely answered them. Check this out if you are interested in more spiritual practices. Okay, now that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Share this with someone that it may help. I hope this helps someone. If you have more questions, if you want me to explain more, if you want me to share some more, tell me in the comments below. I was definitely very light and hesitant about things I said during this. So let me know if you want me to share more about my spiritual practices or this was kind of strange to you.